Check.
Hey Dangerfield, you're badass. Did it.
Dangerfield, Dangerfield.
All right there. Oh, slight croak in my voice. It's rather late here as well. So, well, it's early in the morning. So I'm having to keep the volume down a little bit. But I'll try and maintain a semblance of energy. Oh, I can mess with the dynamic to keep it engaging. What I don't like in life is an initiative. You know, people say, what we need is an initiative. It's a strange opening to a project, isn't it? And suggests from the outset, I think, something to be immediately suspicious of. Let me show you the initiative that's interested me today. Yeah, STEM to STEAM. There you go, STEM to STEAM. What could STEM to STEAM be? Well, spoiler alert, what that means is STEM, science, technology, engineering and maths, to science, technology, engineering, art and maths. Yeah, shocking. Now, people who are familiar with my channel will know how I feel about artists. We know how I feel about artists who want money for doing it, whether that's education or whether it's professionally. And I'm not against them. I don't think they shouldn't happen. I think it's incredibly important. But they need to up their game. They need to be experts. They need to have the level of expertise you'd expect of a surgeon or an architect. You know, they need to study it for years and it needs to have a social role and function. I don't give a shit if you're an artist and you're interested in the shapes and the way it echoes with the way they used to work in the dockyards. I'm not interested and no one is. Be an expert or fuck off. Anyway, let's have a look at this initiative. STEM to STEAM. What is STEAM? Now, I want you to check out this opening paragraph. Now, you could say I'm being a bit picky, but because it's an initiative, because it's dodgy from the outset, I was kind of hyper aware. And this is gobbledygook. This is not considered. It's no surprise to me that this is artists who've done this, who are involved in this, because they've made something appear to make sense, and yet it quite the opposite. It's so internally contradictory. It's like a dialectic spiral to nothingness. Check it out. In this climate of economic uncertainty, all economic climates are pretty much uncertain. You know, there's no real predicting of the future. The economy is uncertain, so that's bullshit. In this climate of economic uncertainty, America is once again turning to innovation. Well, come on, economics. The economy is always turning to innovation because that's something new. And without something new, the economy doesn't really grow. That would be pretty uncertain, wouldn't it? Anyway, because the artists are involved, they're once again turning to innovation as a way to ensure, which would suggest not uncertain in any way, an ensuring of a prosperous future. That's just bullshit. That means nothing. That's gobbledygook. It appears clever. You know, the uninitiated will read that and be like, oh yeah, STEAM looks great. It's nonsense. It sounds good. Yet innovation remains tightly coupled with science, technology, engineering and math. In America they say math. In Europe we say maths. It's plural both ways, so who knows. Anyway, yeah, innovation, this is nothing. Innovation remains tightly coupled with STEM, science, technology, engineering and math. Does it? When? How? Who? Wow, does it? It doesn't. It's just saying it. The STEM subjects, art and design, are poised to transform our economy in the 21st century as science and technology did in the last century. Is it? Have you got any evidence, or you just want it to? I'm getting the impression that you want it to. Is that your initiative? Are you after money? Are you suggesting something that will benefit you financially? Yeah, art's going to transform this century like science and tech did in the 20th century. Really? Sure. Convincing start. Look at this next bit, as if they're talking to children. We need to, what? Who? we must. We need to add art and design to the equation to transform STEM into STEAM. Absolute nonsense. They just want money. They want money, and they want to ride on the back of the hard work that you done at university. I studied art at university. You do nothing. You take drugs, you have sex. Don't get me wrong, great times, but I did very little work. By the time I got to Leeds Uni, which wasn't an art college, and I was doing cultural studies, the original SocJust course, I just had to read loads of philosophy. Wonderful. To my left, a lantern. And the people doing STEM subjects were fucking worked mad. They were stressed to fuck. They were doing 20-hour days. They had books and books, equations and tables and learning and study and exams. Not me. I done a 25,000 word dissertation on the hygienics of historical textuality. No shit, I did. My master's degree thesis was a cut and paste, like Burroughs' Naked Lunch, a cut and paste of Jacques Derrida's Glass and Walter Benjamin's Storyteller. Don't get me wrong, artistically, creatively interesting. And I had a point to make about plagiarism and what an essay actually is. Nonetheless, it was leisure. It was bifter. It was pints of tea and just, look, I've stuck that bit there. It's no surprise to me that people in their art initiatives have sat there scratching their rather out-of-pocket heads. How the fuck are we going to get some jobs? How are we going to employ art students? How are we going to get some money? Where's all the money? Where's all the interest? Well, it's STEM, isn't it? Everyone knows STEM's where the good jobs are. Everyone knows STEM's the future. How do you? Because it's the past and it's the present. Oh, that makes sense. How do we get involved? By turning STEM to STEAM. That's it. Basic. I'll give you the basics. They want artists involved in STEM. That's it. Here we go. STEM plus art is STEAM. STEAM is a movement. Oh, it's a movement now. STEAM. Quick, there's some STEM people. Get the A in there or fuck off. And there's a story there as well. Because not only, and this is the kicker, not only when the A gets involved in STEM and it becomes STEAM, do they start siphoning off money so they can balance plates on their head and do big red crosses on the wall and dance in front of them while reading their mother's diary. No, but they can also Trojan horse social justice into STEM. Because if STEM does become STEAM in universities, what do you think's coming with that? What's coming with art? What's coming with art and design and STEAM? Feminism, diversity, queer studies, black studies, gender studies, anything with studies on the end that's got no chance of ever getting any employment, no chance of generating any money, no chance of becoming a career unless you're going to teach it. And you know, if you're a gender studies teacher and you get a class of 20, all of them can't become lecturers. It's a Trojan horse. This is getting social justice into STEM. If this movement, if this initiative takes off and STEM does become STEAM, you're fucked. Because it won't just be art and design. It won't be aesthetics and creativity. No, it'll be the social sciences. It'll be humanities and all that lot. It will be social justice in STEM. This will be James Damore from Google's memo across the universities. People will be there trying to work out chemical compounds and really difficult mathematical equations of how the planets spin on axes through a black hole divided by the universe times the multisphere. And in the background there'll be someone with blue hair and national health glasses down. There's not enough transgender people in this equation. They're after money and power. What a surprise. Sound familiar? That's all they do. STEM is a movement championed by the Rhode Island School of Design, RSID, and widely adopted by institutions, corporations and individuals. Got any evidence of that? Or are you just saying it? Are you making it sound good? The objectives of the STEAM movement are to Trojan horse social justice into STEM, spend some of the STEM money on themselves, make a half-decent chance of a job for artists and designers. Sorry, it doesn't say that, but it should. The objectives of the STEAM movement are to transform, don't play yourselves down, transform research policy to place art and design at the centre of STEM. Oh, nice. Yeah. put a new focus in, the new emphasis. Fuck your maths, fuck your science, technology, engineering and maths. Art and design should be at the core here. You know, in fairness, STEM should be about feminism. 2, encourage integration of art and design in K-20 education. Right, just swarm it. 3, influence, we'll come back to that, influence employers to hire artists, there you go, to hire, to pay, to give jobs to artists and designers to drive innovation. STEM drives enough innovation. Doesn't need you. You're not wanted. You're surplus to requirements. But you've got this project, STEAM, to influence employers. Do you know what that means? It means lobby. It means put pressure on. It means to say there's not enough trans people in the lab. False. Put pressure on employers to get artists involved. You know, this is shocking. This is absolutely shocking. What else they got on this stupid landing page? Yeah, look, they got some hero images. What we got here? There we go. We got some people playing with things. The synergy of discovery. Artists, scientists, students and educators connect at ARCID's latest Design Science Symposium. Crap. ARCID alumna Rebecca Carmen works with scientists to help visualise research. Wow, I wonder what they'd done before she turned up. I mean, what did they do in the 20th century when it was plain old STEM? I'm surprised they ever got anyone to the moon without a sculptor. How did they design those rockets without an illustrator? This is bullshit. US education steams ahead. Good news for arts education. Yeah, good news for you lot. Good news for arts education with the December 2015 passage of the Every Student Succeeds Act. Oh my gosh. Well, there you go. I'm a bit late to the party, but, you know, STEAM nonetheless. Have you heard of it? There's plenty of it about. There's videos on YouTube and all sorts. Look at this. Good news for arts education with the December 2015 passage of the Every Student Succeeds Act. Doesn't that remind you of the Simpsons one where she comes home with a medal and it's like she was at sports day and everyone got a medal, which lowers the currency, devalues the currency of a medal. And when every student succeeds, yeah, it devalues the currency of the success. The Congressional STEAM Caucus welcomes a new interactive tool to support networking. What? A map. STEM to STEAM. We've got a map. This is bullshit. This is a Trojan horse. This is artists trying to siphon money off from where we actually need it in society. Do you know what I say to STEAM? Have some of that. This is ground control to Major Tom.
Now we're going to ask the Raiders to help us do the next two.
Hãy subscribe cho kênh Ghiền Mì Gõ để không bỏ lỡ